Gavin, obviously safety assured for both clubs. How do you approach the game then on Saturday?
It's a good chance for lads to impress, obviously, the manager on his thoughts for the next season. It's going to be a big one. We're going to be going for promotion, hopefully. So you want to win as well. I think you don't want all the fans to come out and then put in a terrible performance, like waste of everyone's time. So hopefully we can play our football like we did against Luton in the second half, and if we do that, we'll win the game.
Yeah. How important is it that you actually go off on your summer holidays in a good mood rather than a bad mood? Does it really make that much of a difference?
Yeah, you like to build on into next season. I think the second half form of our second half of the season has been quite good. I think we've made a few good signings in January, and obviously we stayed in the league, so we're happy with that. But we'll need to sign more players again, I think, in the summer if we're going to be challenging at the top of the league.
And you're obviously one of those players who arrived in January. I make it 20 games, 8 wins and 3 draws. From that, how pleased have you been with the impact that you and others have been able to have here and turn things around?
Yeah, obviously I would have liked a few more wins, but I think when you come into a team that's obviously got a defeated attitude, it's tough. Like, so when you keep losing games, you're going into games like heads down and that, instead of like thinking positively. So that was probably had a bit of that here, and then we've changed it a bit. We fell off a bit. Maybe we thought we'd go safe a bit early, and we slacked off. I think there was 3 games we were terrible, but I think most of the games were a better team than the others. So a few little bits and pieces that we can work on in pre-season, and I don't see why we can't be up near the top of the table.
You mentioned that little lull. It ended at Cheltenham with you being moved into midfield. How have you found that?
Yeah, I found that okay. Enjoying it when you play. I'm just happy to be playing. I mean, I've had some bad injuries in my career so far, so it's the first time I think I've had a full season in about 4 years, so I'm happy with that.
And obviously it helps as well that you've had the settled defence behind you as well, so that you've not been needed back there.
Yeah, no, the 2 guys have done really well back there. I just try and, when I'm holding mid, just try and give them an armchair ride, just try and win the balls first and seconds in there, and then whatever they have to clean up, it's usually alright, and just sit in front, try and help them out.
And there'll be a different dynamic in midfield this week because obviously no Chris Clements, he can't play against his parent club, but the gaffer's got options within the squad. How much adjustment does that take when you've got somebody else in there alongside you?
Yeah, I think Chris is obviously a really good player. He didn't suit the way Grimsby were playing earlier on in the season. They're obviously hoofing it forward, and he's a footballer, so he's come in here. I think he's done really well. Gelled in really well with the boys. Ozzy's done really well. He's a great athlete to have in there and breaks a lot of play up. And I'm sure either it would be Simo or Charlie or someone like that will step in and do a good job as well. We've got a decent squad.
You've mentioned the second half performance at Luton last week, which for 35 minutes was excellent. You've also mentioned promotion as an aim next season. Obviously, new signings to come over the summer, but how far away do you feel Forest Green are? Because the league table would suggest it's quite a way, but actually, in terms of the changes you've got to make, is it that many?
I don't think so. I think we, from what I understand in this league, I mean, when I was coming to the end of my stages at Port Vale, I think we won 6 out of 7 games. They were against all the top teams in the league. I think we beat Luton, Coventry, most of them, that Wickham, all the ones that are up at the top in a row, and conceded maybe 2 goals. So when you see that, you just have to maintain a balance, I think, between going too gun-ho and obviously being sure at the back in this league. Set pieces are a massive thing as well.
Thank you, good luck.
Cheers.
Gavin, Grimsby, one of your former clubs, do you feel you have any points to prove with Grimsby at all from your time there?
No, definitely not. I hated it there. I went there, I wasn't really fit, to be honest, when I went there, and just didn't enjoy it at all. It was too much travelling. Didn't really feel it wasn't a club that I wanted to go anywhere. They were happy to be in the league, and that was it.
Yeah. You found a happy home now at Forest Green. You seem to have quickly endeared yourself to the fans as well. So how happy are you?
Yeah, I'm happy here. I'm enjoying playing football again. Happy for the gaffer for giving me the chance to come in and play week in, week out. Good bunch of lads here as well. We've got a really good team spirit.
Like you say, you've obviously been playing in midfield. Have you got a favoured position? I know you played in midfield in Scotland.
Wherever. Once I'm doing a decent job and the gaffer picking me, I don't really care. Yeah.
I'm quite scared to ask you this one now. I know you've got the tag of Mad Gav. Can you explain that one and where that came from?
Just think it's my personality. It's a bit mad, so that's just where it's come from.
Okay, cheers.